Let's start. I log on to the router and I enter into privilege mode. And then I move on to the configuration mode of the Fast Ethernet port 0/1 interface. Now I need to configure the IP address and the subnet. I use the command IP address to configure the IP address, 172.16.1.1, with a subnet 255.255.255.0. Next, I'll use the interface configuration command IP NAT to mark the IP networks attached to the interface as either internal or external to the controlled network. I'll use the command IP NAT inside on the configuration mode of the Fast Ethernet 0/1 interface to mark this interface as inside. Now let's configure the other interface, Fast Ethernet interface 0/0. I assign this interface the IP address 10.1.6.199 with subnet 255.255.252.0. What do I do next? Well, I mark this interface as outside. I'll use the command IP NAT outside. Note the difference. Earlier we used the command IP NAT inside to mark the Fast Ethernet port 0/1 interface as inside. Here we have used IP NAT outside. I will use the exit command to come out to the global configuration mode. Now, let's define a pool of IP addresses for NAT. I'll use the command IP NAT pool no-overload 10.1.6.100 space 10.1.6.198 prefix 22. This will define a NAT pool named no-overload with a range of IP addresses from 10.1.6.100 to 10.1.6.198. What I now need to do is specify how the addresses will be mapped. I use the command IP NAT inside source list to configure mapping for the ACL for NAT translation with the outside pool. When a packet comes in on an interface marked as IP NAT inside, this global configuration command, IP NAT inside source list, causes the router to compare the source IP address in the packet with the access list referenced in the command. For example, I type the command IP NAT inside source list 10 pool no-overload. This will indicate that any packets received on the inside interface that are not permitted by access list 10 will have the source address translated to an address out of the NAT pool named no-overload. Next, I'll use the command IP access-list 10 permit 172.16.0.0 space 0.0.0.254. This will allow the access list 10 permit packets with source addresses ranging from 172.16.0.0 through 172.16.0.254. That's it. We've successfully configured NAT to allow internal users to access the internet using overloading.